Hey everybody, it is the Kimchi Ninja, and I am just watching some actually interior design shows that you can find on YouTube. But there are designers that actually help, do something similar to, you can go on even Skillshare or platforms like Udemy or YouTube and learn design tips for free. So I use my wall to actually just kind of hang my art and take a look at it. So I have right now, there's a piece called Ocean Waves, and that was actually inspired by a trip that I took down to St. Croix. And I was just kind of playing with textures and colors of the ocean water in that piece, but I'm actually getting ready to hang up a new piece to see. I don't know if I'm going to keep it where it's at right now. It's one of my character inspired pieces. So it's actually kind of 4th of July themed and colored, but I wanted to actually incorporate my Asian characters into 4th of July because yes, I am an American too. So I wanted to see how it's going to hang in the space, and I'm going to try to figure out if I want to add some colors or some textures to it. But I think what I've learned from these different interior design shows is that play around with your wall spaces and what you have available and change out just even small pieces that can make a big difference here. So hopefully I'll be able to show you a little bit of some project cleanup and area by area, but my main focus right now was actually just to get pieces of my art hung up here. So hold on one second. You can actually see this. It's a little bit messy. I have like kind of a tape measure and just kind of a side table that I'm using, but it's really easy to pick up. So if you want to just hang, sometimes I will use more expensive like wood frame and canvas pieces that are already gessoed for me so that I don't have to sit there and do that. I'm a little impatient, so sometimes doing that myself I will let somebody else do. I'll just choose a higher quality canvas, that's textured for, that a lot of other professional artists use. But I actually just picked up this gauge wire, and you can actually pick up these kits. So it's actually 20-pound gauge wire that's galvanized, and it's 9 foot. And as you see, I had a piece that's maybe about 24 inches, but I didn't need that much. And then it came with, and these are things you can pick up at your craft store. And then I picked up some, it came in a set of screws, and they just go into the side here. And let me see if I can actually like reach over and grab that. So let me show you what I did here. It's very easy on some of these pieces. So again, I use the wires here, and you can just see it's something that you could do yourself. They just go inside of the wood frame. Again, you want to see that it's going to be a little bit harder. You might have to use a different set, but I just tie it and I leave it a little bit loose because I want it to hang down a little bit more, but they just go into the side, and you can do this. I didn't use any other tool. I just used my hands and wrapped the wire around it and tied it through. But this is a canvas frame that I did just, pick up from the art store, and it has a little bit higher quality canvas on it. But there's the frame there. So I'm just getting ready to hang this on my wall to see if I want to do anything else to it. All right, well, I just kind of showed you what project I'm working on right now to kind of, figure out what I want to do to this painting. And I will show you the painting after I have it hung on the wall. Okay, hopefully you can see this, but one thing that I like to do, and I do have it up on the wall here, is I like to actually just do a couple the beginning layers of some of my paintings, and then I will let it sit for a while to figure out what I want to do as far as the texture. So these are some of my characters that I've done. I do have a couple of children's books that I have illustrated, and they're inspired by Asian characters. And the reason I have Asian characters in there is, number one, I'm an Asian American, and the second part is because there aren't a lot of other characters that I found that were relatable for Asian American children, so I just wanted to make it a little more representative. So I created some characters, and these are just a few of my characters that I do have. I do have a brother and a sister in one of my children's books. And so right now I kind of have them dressed in little 4th of July costumes right now. And I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do as far as the background, if I want to add anything or if I want to, you know, add some texture, a little more texture. I have some paint blended in the bottom, but I think I'm going to add some more texture. I just need to figure out, you know, as far as style, which direction I want to go. If I want to kind of do like a paint splatter technique on the bottom, or if I wanted to really go into detail and really try to do a little bit more like fine detail and shading. So that's what I'm up to right now. And all I did on there was, you know, I tend to draw on the canvas a little bit lightly, the characters, and kind of sketch them out, and then look at different examples of other traditional techniques in paintings, and then I outlined my characters on there, and I have the first couple layers up. But most of my paintings, you will actually have, you know, sometimes on my paintings I've have, you know, 10, 12 layers before I'm actually done and finished. And I find that right there on this canvas there's acrylic paint, and acrylic paint, I use it because of the drying time. I used to use oil paints, but it used to take forever to dry, and then it would get full of, you know, lint even if I covered it, things like that. So with acrylic, because it's so flat, and you know, you don't pick up the light as much on the paint color, unless you put like a clear coat glaze over it. But I find that you have to texture it quite a bit to achieve the same look that you would in oil paint. All right, well, I'm gonna leave it set up there and decide what I'm gonna do to it. So again, I will see you later. This is the Kimchi Ninja, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
And you can find the Kimchi Ninja at thinkcutie.com. Talk to you later.